Lord, I come to you today with a heart that feels both heavy and hopeful. The weight of financial concerns presses down as May approaches, yet I know you are greater than any struggle I face. When I look at the numbers that don't add up and the expenses that keep growing, my mind races with what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. Yet in this moment, I choose to breathe deeply and remember that you are the provider of all things, the one who makes ways where there seem to be none. In these quiet moments together, I acknowledge my fears about our family finances. The bills that arrive with startling consistency. The unexpected car repairs that weren't in the budget. The children's needs that can't be postponed. The weight of responsibility that sometimes feels too heavy to carry. Yet even as I name these worries, I feel your presence reminding me that worry adds nothing to my life but takes so much away. My peace, my joy, my trust in your provision. I remember the times you've provided before. The unexpected check that arrived just when we needed it most. The opportunity that appeared when doors seemed closed everywhere else. The friend who blessed us without knowing our need. The courage you gave me to make difficult financial decisions that ultimately brought freedom. These memories aren't coincidences. They're your faithfulness written throughout my story. Help me to hold these testimonies close when doubt creeps in. My family looks to me for stability and assurance, yet sometimes I feel like I'm barely treading water myself. The pressure to provide, to plan wisely, to stretch every dollar until it screams. It can be overwhelming. I confess that sometimes I've blamed myself for our financial situation, questioning every purchase and decision. Release me from this burden of shame and self-criticism that serves no purpose but to separate me from your grace and peace. When I scroll through social media and see others who seem to have everything together, their perfect homes, vacations, and lives that appear free from financial stress, comparison sneaks in like a thief. Forgive me for measuring your goodness by what others have and what I lack. Help me remember that your blessings are not always visible to the eye, and that you provide exactly what we need, when we need it, in your perfect timing and wisdom. As May approaches with its own financial demands, I surrender our family budget to you. The upcoming expenses that keep me awake at night, summer childcare costs, seasonal utility changes, end-of-school activities, I place them all in your capable hands. Not because I'm abandoning responsibility, but because I acknowledge that you are the ultimate provider, the multiplier of loaves and fishes, the one who cares deeply about every aspect of our lives. I pray for wisdom as we navigate our finances this month. When I sit down to plan our budget, be present in that process. When difficult choices must be made between wants and needs, grant me clarity. When unexpected expenses arise, as they inevitably will, give me the strength to face them without panic. Replace my anxiety with your perfect peace that truly passes all understanding. Lord, I pray for creative ideas to stretch our resources further. Open my eyes to see possibilities I might otherwise miss, ways to save, opportunities to earn, resources we already have that could be better utilized. Help me to be a good steward of what you've entrusted to us, making decisions that honor you and serve my family's genuine needs rather than temporary desires. Thank you for providing meaningful work that allows me to care for my family. I ask for your favor in my workplace, that I might be recognized for my contributions and rewarded accordingly. If additional income is needed, direct my steps toward the right opportunities that will complement our family life rather than compromise it. Remove the spirit of scarcity that makes me believe there's never enough. For those watching this video who are facing their own financial struggles in this season, I pray they would find this message at exactly the right moment. In the pinned comment below, there's an ebook called Don't Think, Trust and Surrender that offers practical wisdom for turning anxiety about finances into faith-filled action. While this resource can help strengthen your spirit during challenging times, remember that professional financial guidance is also valuable. I pray for contentment with what we have, even as we work toward greater stability. The culture around us constantly whispers that we need more, newer, better. But you call us to a different standard. Help me find joy in simplicity, gratitude in having enough, and peace in knowing that my family's worth isn't measured by our possessions or bank account balance. Our true abundance comes from your unending love. When my spouse and I disagree about money matters, bring understanding and unity. Financial stress can strain even the strongest relationships, creating tension where there should be partnership. Give us patience with each other, willingness to listen without judgment, and the ability to work together toward common financial goals rather than pulling in opposite directions. I pray for the courage to teach our children healthy attitudes about money. They absorb our stress and our attitudes, learning from both our words and our actions. Help me demonstrate faith rather than worry, generosity rather than hoarding, and trust in your provision rather than fear of lack. May they grow up understanding that everything we have comes from you and is meant to be managed wisely. Sometimes I've made poor financial choices that continue to affect us today. The regret can be overwhelming when I think of how things might be different if I had chosen more wisely. I ask for your forgiveness and the strength to forgive myself. Help me learn from past mistakes without dwelling on them, moving forward with new wisdom and the confidence that your mercies are new every morning. Lord, even in times of financial uncertainty, you call us to generosity. This seems counterintuitive when every dollar is precious, yet I know that giving breaks the power that money can hold over us. Guide me to give wisely and joyfully, not out of obligation but from a heart that trusts in your abundant provision. Show me specific ways our family can bless others, even when our resources seem limited. I pray against the spirit of comparison that steals my contentment. The neighbor's new car, the friend's luxurious vacation, the colleague's promotion. These things can trigger feelings of inadequacy and envy if I let them. Transform my perspective to genuinely celebrate others' blessings while trusting the unique path you've set for our family. Your provision for us doesn't depend on what others have or don't have. For the bills that seem impossible to pay and the debts that feel overwhelming, I ask for miraculous provision. Not because I deserve it, but because you are a God who delights in meeting needs and showing yourself strong on behalf of your children. Where I see no way forward, you see countless possibilities. Open doors that no human effort could open, bringing resources from unexpected sources. I pray for the discipline to stick to our financial plans when temptation arises. The impulse purchases that provide momentary pleasure but lasting regret. The deals that aren't really necessary. The emotional spending that tries to fill spiritual needs with material things. Strengthen my resolve to make choices aligned with our family's true priorities and long-term financial health. When I'm tempted to hide financial concerns from my spouse out of shame or fear of disapproval, give me courage to communicate honestly. Secrets about money create barriers in relationships that only grow more damaging over time. Foster an atmosphere of grace in our home where we can discuss finances openly, working together as true partners rather than carrying burdens alone. I surrender my timeline for financial breakthrough. So often I want immediate resolution, the instant miracle that eliminates all financial pressure. Yet I know that you often work gradually, building character through the process of perseverance. Help me recognize the small steps forward, celebrating progress rather than fixating on how far we still have to go. Your timing is perfect, even when it differs from my preferences. Lord, when financial stress affects my physical health, the headaches, insomnia, and tension that come from constant worry, I ask for your healing touch. Help me remember that my body, mind, and spirit are connected, and that caring for my physical well-being is part of managing stress effectively. Remind me to rest, to breathe deeply, to trust that tomorrow's concerns belong to tomorrow. I pray for protection from predatory financial schemes that promise quick fixes but deliver deeper trouble. When desperation makes questionable options seem appealing, sharpen my discernment. Guard our family from decisions made from panic rather than wisdom, and surround us with trustworthy advisors who can offer sound guidance when the path forward isn't clear. For the relationships that have been strained by financial differences, family members who don't understand our limitations, friends whose lifestyles differ greatly from what we can afford, I ask for grace and understanding on both sides. Help me communicate our boundaries with kindness rather than resentment, and protect my heart from feeling less than because of financial constraints. As summer approaches with its unique expenses, I pray for creativity in finding low-cost ways to create meaningful family memories. Help me remember that what my children need most isn't elaborate vacations or expensive entertainment, but presence, love, and security. Show me how to use the resources we have to nurture our family connections without creating financial strain. I pray for financial wisdom that extends beyond this challenging season. Give me insight to make decisions today that will benefit our family tomorrow. Help me balance immediate needs with long-term goals, treating our resources as tools entrusted to us for purposes greater than momentary comfort. Where I lack knowledge about financial matters, motivate me to learn and grow. When financial stress makes me irritable with those I love most, forgive my impatience and restore my perspective. My family deserves my best self, not the leftovers after worry has consumed my energy and goodwill. Help me process financial concerns appropriately so they don't spill over onto innocent bystanders, especially the children who depend on me for emotional security. I pray for our community of believers, that we might support one another through financial challenges without judgment or shame. Remind me that asking for help when needed is a sign of strength, not weakness, and that you often work through the body of believers to meet needs. When I'm able to give, help me do so with generosity and discretion. When I need to receive, help me do so with gratitude and grace. Lord, in the midst of financial uncertainty, I choose to focus on the treasures money cannot buy: health, relationships, purpose, and most importantly, your constant presence. These blessings outweigh any temporary financial challenge. When my mind tries to center on lack, redirect my attention to the abundance that fills my life in non-material ways. You are enough, even when finances aren't. As we enter this new month, I surrender our financial situation completely to you. Not with passivity that abdicates responsibility, but with active trust that partners with your provision. Guide each decision, multiply our resources in ways only you can, and grant us peace regardless of account balances. Our hope is in you alone, the provider who has never failed and never will. I close this prayer with gratitude for your faithfulness that never wavers. Through every financial season, the abundance and the scarcity, you remain constant. When it feels like there's not enough, you are more than enough. I choose trust over fear, faith over worry, and confidence in your care over panic about the future. You hold our tomorrow, and that makes all the difference today. In Jesus' name, amen. If this prayer has touched your heart and eased your financial anxiety, please share it with someone else who might be struggling with similar concerns. Together we can lift each other up, reminding one another that we serve a God who specializes in provision, possibilities, and peace that surpasses understanding.